GameCube was a great system, but when people try and talk about it, most people focus on the highlights. Your Resident Evil 4, Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart. There's some bad games on the system, but I'd argue there's not really many. I want to talk about one of the other games. Those games which are so dull that they're so void, unable to grab a gamer's attention. They're a punishment to be subjected to. Not for being bad, but just for being devoid of character. I think they'd best be described as arse-paralysingly painful. Sure, they're not really broken in any way which can make them really be described as a bad game. They're just incredibly dull and so mediocre that it hurts. But then in a way I'd argue it'd be better if they were just plain crap. At least then there'd be a chance that they'd slip into that hilarious territory of so bad that it's good. Okay, so the game I'm going to talk about today is Cube, which is one of the many games in the past few years which have been vying for that spot of the next Tetris. A puzzle game which is picked up by the whole nation. People can't stop playing it, they're addicted to it, they need it. Nobody's really done it like Tetris though. Sure, people have tried shooting balls, making lines, connecting gems. Something a lot of people are aware of at the moment due to Facebook. And things like, I don't want to say it, but, you know, Candy Crush Saga. Now, that's the thing for me. There has been better Flash games than Cube. The graphics aren't awful. I mean, even if they were awful, if it was a good game, you couldn't really knock it that much for a puzzle game. I mean, what's Tetris other than some, as they call them, tetranomes, basic shapes in black and white? But nothing about this game inspires any sense of wonder. You turn a cube. You get animal heads to touch each other until they fly off. It's just, I don't know what else to say about it. The music's plain, the graphics are plain. You just feel like you're in a void. Playing it just feels like a giant time sink. Watching paint dry would be more enjoyable. Heck, having your prostrate checked would probably be more enjoyable for most people. It's painfully dull. That's all I can really say about it. People might ask, am I looking back on it and being harsh on it with hindsight? Am I judging it by today's standards? How did it do in the day? Well, it has a Metacritic score of 67. It had positive reviews, with the highest being 88 from Game Informer and the lowest being 30 from Gamer's Pulse. People did tend to prefer it on the Game Boy Advance. They said it was a better game to take around in your hands, that it wasn't in depth enough for a console game. I don't think I'm judging it in hindsight though. I felt this way about it at the time. I remember playing it but not feeling any desire to own it. I only own it because I've picked it up on the cheap to be part of my Cube collection. Again, it's not awful. If you see it cheap, give it a bash. But it is, as far as I'm concerned, deeply boring. Thank you.